At 3 o'clock, the doorbell rang. I didn't hear it since I was out on the balcony, lazily reading in the sun. A little while later, Margot appeared in the kitchen doorway, looking very agitated. "Father has received a call-up notice from the SS," she whispered. Visions of concentration camps and lonely cells raced through my head.
Ich habe hier eines zu erklären. Die Herren haben ganz recht. Wir sind intolerant. Ich habe mir ein Ziel gesteckt, nämlich die 30 Parteien aus Deutschland hinauszufliegen.
Silence. The heat, the suspense, all this reduced us to silence.
It is in the anecdotal whispers of everyday life that the screams of hate and intolerance are heard, the sounds of which shout back from our homeland thousands of miles away, and yet the same hate does not fail to murmur into our world here in Sweden. The spectre of prejudice that now haunts the world threatens to destroy not only the ideals that we hold dear, democracy, freedom, tolerance, but also the permanence and comforts of our home.
A wooden staircase leads from the downstairs hallway to the third floor. At the top of the stairs is a landing with doors on either side. A typically Dutch, very steep, ankle-twisting flight of stairs also runs from the front part of the house to another door opening onto the street. The door to the right of the landing leads to the secret annex at the back of the house. No one would ever suspect there were so many rooms behind that plain grey door.
The concealed room where Anne Frank and her family were forced to hide became their home for 2 years, even as they tried to escape persecution by the Nazis. The only crime that the 13-year-old Anne had committed was to be born a Jew. For Muhammad Iqlaq, his guilt was being born a Muslim, a crime for which he was lynched by a mob. He was at home with his family when his neighbor incited the villagers to attack him with sticks and stones. For Anne Frank and Muhammad Iqlaq, being at home was not safe. Home was the stage where the last moments of their life played out before they were forced to meet their end. We can hear the whispers louder every day now. "It is time to go home," announces the electoral pamphlets we find in our mailbox. But where is our home? In India, where free speech and dissent is being sieged by a fascist regime? Or in Sweden, where the ballot is increasingly moving towards a right wing that prides itself in white supremacy and extremism?
It's utterly impossible for me to build my life on a foundation of chaos, suffering, and death. I see the world being slowly transformed into a wilderness. I hear the approaching thunder that one day will destroy us too. I feel the suffering of millions. And yet, when I look up at the sky, I somehow feel that everything will change for the better, that this cruelty too will end, that peace and tranquility will return once more. In the meantime, I must hold on to my ideals. Perhaps the day will come when I'll be able to realize them.